welcome to the Senator's Suite. All right, guys, once again, we are in the Ocean Tower in Caesars Atlantic City. This is the Senator's Suite. This room is very over the top. Really excited to give you guys a room tour. We just moved to this room actually from a different room, so really excited to show you guys around. So this is the front entryway, which I'm not gonna lie, seems like a bit of a waste of space. Like there's a lot of space here that just, I feel like you could probably do more with, but I guess, you know, given the layout, not really sure what else you can do. You do have a little chair over here, a little bench if you want to maybe put your shoes on or whatever the case is. So that is handy to have there. You also do have a little credenza or whatever they want to call it with the mirror. So if you do want to kind of give yourself one last look before you head out to the boardwalk, maybe to a club, restaurant, etc., you have that option. Now, you do have the adjoining door option, which these do kind of freak me out a little bit. Luckily enough, there is a lock on here, but our last room we were in, we could hear every single word that was coming from the other room. So really hoping that's not gonna be the case in here. Kind of worried about it, but anyway. You've got a nice little setup here too. If you wanna have like any dining in your room, you have the tables and chairs and everything where you can have like a full-on meal or, you know, whatever the case may be. So that is nice to have if you've got like maybe a family or whatever. It does look like there is only the one bed. So this is probably gonna be mainly just if you have guests or things like that. You do have like a little wet bar area as well. I really love that they included an espresso with some pods. You also have a couple bottles of Fiji, which is nice to have in the room. And you know, your sink and everything. If you need to do any washing up, they have supplied some glasses, which I will say I noticed in other rooms, we didn't have any glasses or plastic cups. We were only given paper cups. So you can see that they do step it up depending on which room type you are in. You do have the mini fridge as well, very standard for Atlantic City. So if you want to keep your stuff cold, there's no like mini bar, but at least if you bring your own stuff, you can keep it in there and keep it nice and cool. Over here, you have a nice little sectional area as well. So if you want to just hang out, is this a fold out? It is not, but that's okay. It's the nice little setup here. If you're just gonna maybe watch some TV, just hang out in the room before you head out, maybe a night on the town. You also do have the table here. Just checking if this does fold out here. Okay, something does move out here, so I'm guessing something does come out of there if you really want the option. You also have a decent sized TV over here as well, which is great. So if you do want to just kind of hang out in the room and just chill, maybe you've been busy on the boardwalk, you just want to take it easy. It's a nice little, nice sized TV. You also have some extra chairs too if you want to maybe pull these out. There's a group of you hanging out in here. It's nice to have some extra seating options as well. I actually really like the sculpture as well. I think it's kind of a nice little touch as well in the room. You will see sort of this kind of look with the statues and the butterflies and things like that kind of echoed throughout the room and in other, you know, the hallways and stuff. So I do like that they kind of mesh that all together. There's a little more storage in here as well. If you do want to maybe have some stuff that you want to kind of keep hidden from you or your guests or whatever the case is, it's good to have that little storage area. I really like the lighting too. It's nice and bright in here. Even though you are seeing this room at nighttime, it's still pretty bright. So I do appreciate that. In terms of the view, it is nighttime. I can't really see 100% what's going on. I can see that there is the ocean over there, but unfortunately I can't see it right now. But that's it. There is the ocean over there. You are right next to the Centurion Tower with Caesar, so that is part of my view. And I can actually see all the way over where like Borgata is, Harrah's, the Golden Nugget. So it's a pretty nice view actually. It kind of goes out pretty far. Yeah, it's kind of a neat view. Take you over to the bedroom area. So I do really like how you can have the bedroom separate area. So you do have a door if you want to keep the sort of living room and bedroom area separate, which is going to be great, especially if we do have a noisy neighbor like we had last night. You do have a full length behind the door as well if you do want to sort of check the fit before you head out. This almost looks like a mini version of like the Centurion or the Ocean type bedroom. It's a little on the smaller side in terms of, you know, comparison wise, but given this is just sort of like a suite and this is a bedroom area, it definitely works. Once again, you do have some storage in here as well as the safe. So if you do have, you know, any big winnings, you can keep them in there. Just more storage in here, which is nice as well. So in the other room, you do sacrifice a bit of storage with the mini fridge and the safes and things like that, whereas this doesn't really do that so much. You do have the nice working area here as well, where you can do all your connecting here with your laptop, your workstation, as well as any connections here to the other decent sized TV for a bedroom area, which is nice. You do have the token chair, the token watching chair. We won't use the actual name, but if you do just want to kind of sit down and relax, maybe check out the views. Once again, decent views of like valleys, and again, you can kind of see a little bit over there what's going on, which is nice as well. The bed looks pretty decent. I will say Caesar's king size beds usually are pretty comfortable. You do have more charging areas over here for the phone, the alarm clock, as well as like more like lighting in here. There's a decent amount of lighting in here, which is good. A lot of ambient lighting, which is nice if you do want to maybe go to the washroom, whatever, don't want to disturb your partner or whoever you're in bed with. Of course, we also have the token Caesar's charging stations, which I love so much. Nice to have those in the room as well. This bathroom is gonna be what blows you away. So it's a very spacious bathroom. I like the little vanity area here. So, you know, if you're a type of person who maybe wants to get ready in front of here, do your hair, do your makeup, you have a lot of space to do that. Love the halo lighting as well. It gives sort of really great lighting. You also do have the option of using this as well, sort of the magnifying mirror for makeup, plucking your eyebrows, whatever you need to do, you've got that there as well, which is nice. The closet area is actually over here too, which I found to be a bit unique, that they kind of put it in this like foyer bathroom area. It's a pretty big closet. It's almost like a his and hers. So you've got lots of space on this side for maybe one person's stuff, and then you can kind of shift it over. And of course, more space over here where you have the ironing board, you know, your typical stuff that you would need in your room. The shower is quite spacious. What I will also mention as well is they have the steam shower. So there's a button here. I had it on earlier, so that's why it's very steamy in there. I wasn't sure what the button did, and now I know. It is a steam shower, which is great. So if you know, maybe your sinuses are bothering you, the ocean air is getting to you, I don't know. It's nice to kind of hang out in there with the steam. It seemed to heat up pretty quick, which is good. I do like the showers in these types of rooms as well. You have the option of using like the, you know, the overhead spray, the sort of one with the wand if you want to kind of go around yourself. Two options there, heat, cool, all that stuff. Little bench if you want to kind of take it easy and just sit down, maybe a lot of walking on the boardwalk, you want to kind of just chill. It's good to have that there. This tub is huge. You can definitely fit easily 2 people, maybe even more if you're, you know, you're into that kind of thing. Maybe you got some friends over or whatever, you just want to kind of hang out in the tub. You do have a little wand here as well too, if you want to kind of clean your nook and crannies and all that stuff. But yeah, pretty decent sized tub. It looks like there are some jets. I don't want to mess around with it too much, but it looks like there are some jets in there as well. So yeah, I'm not a tub guy at all, but I might have to maybe check that out because it looks pretty good. Decent sized vanity over here as well, where you have all of your necessities as well as some extras. You've got a dental kit as well, so if you did maybe forget your toothbrush or anything like that, they've got you covered. You got some mouthwash, you got some, you know, your moisturizer, your body wash, your rinse, your hair wash, all that stuff, shower cap, anything you need, they pretty much covered, like the facial soap, vanity kit. Like they've kind of, you can tell this is definitely a step up from the usual rooms in Caesars. Underneath here, you have your extra towels, you have your hair dryer, you have extra toilet paper, things like that. As well as your other magnifying mirror. The ensuite is in here as well, the little water closet. So, you know, no face in this time. There's usually a face in the bathroom somewhere. There's no face this time, but it is nice that if anybody wants to use a shower, tub, brush their teeth, whatever, you can still use the toilet and not bother anybody, and works perfectly. All right, guys, that is gonna do it for this room tour of the Center Suite in the Ocean Tower of Caesars Atlantic City. We were surprised by this. It's been a bit of an interesting trip. We honestly, I will say that we didn't have the best night's sleep last night. We had a very noisy neighbor. So it's really cool that Caesars was really nice to put us in this room for, I mean, we're literally leaving at like 5 in the morning, so we're barely even gonna be in this room, like less than 12 hours. So kind of a pain to pack and repack, but anyway, whatever. It's nice to check out another room option in Caesars to also show you guys, you know, if you're planning your next Atlantic City trip, maybe some different options. If you want to maybe splurge or spoil yourself, it's your birthday, like it's somebody's birthday who's holding the camera right now very shortly. So yeah, if you want to spoil yourself, treat yourself, have a nice room. Maybe you're a high roller in Caesars and maybe this is just the room that they always give you, in which case, lucky you. But we're gonna enjoy this room. Probably gonna get to, you know, maybe play downstairs a little bit longer, head to bed shortly because we do have an early flight. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, if I've missed anything about, you know, the room or anything about Caesars property here in Atlantic City, please do not hesitate to leave any questions, comments below. It's really helpful to other travelers. They probably the same questions that you guys have. Also really helpful for me because any interaction you guys have with my channel, whether you're liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, it all helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once again, this is Daniel Spotlight, Viva Atlantic City, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.